Just a few housekeeping items before we begin. I could ask you to please switch off all mobile phones, that would be great. There are 3 emergency exits from this auditorium. One to the left and one to the right there, the 2 doors at the sides, and one at the back where you came in earlier on. The formal proceedings this afternoon begin with the academic procession. I invite you now to please stand for the academic procession. Please be seated. I will begin by introducing the members of the conferring panel to you. To my left is Mr. Simon Moroney, member of the governing body of Limerick Institute of Technology. In the centre is Professor Vincent Canaan, president of Limerick Institute of Technology. And finally, Mr. Donegal McNamara, Head of Faculty of Business and Humanities. I now call on Mr. Simon Moroney, member of the governing body of Limerick Institute of Technology, to address you.
Terry. You're all very welcome to Limerick Institute of Technology, Thurles, on a landmark day for those of you who are graduating today, for your families and for your friends. Today is also an opportunity for the rest of us to share a little in the satisfaction which each of you rightly feels today about having successfully completed your course. In celebrating your achievement, it is important to recognise those who have helped you along the way. Without them, success would not have been possible. For the vast majority of you, the influence, the encouragement, the support, and in many cases, the sacrifice of your families has been crucial. Without that solidarity, you would not have been able to benefit from the dedicated efforts that the teaching and support staff of the Institute have put into your education and training, and more widely into your development as people and as citizens. The friendships that you have made are an important resource for your future lives. You have helped each other through the past few years, and an effort to maintain those links is well worthwhile, a valuable investment. Social, business, political and interest group networks are increasingly important in all our lives and in our society. They are all the better when they are based on the friendships and mutual support forged while in college. This is the first series of graduation ceremonies since 2004 in which Dr. Maria Hinfelar is not participating as President of LIT. Maria left us earlier this year to become Vice Chancellor and Chief Executive of Glenure University in Wales. In her 12 years in LIT, Maria made a singular contribution to the Institute, to the wider Irish education system, and to the entire educational, social and economic and cultural life of the Midwest region. But a receding tide is always followed by an incoming one, and today we are welcoming Professor Vincent Conan to his first graduation season as President of LIT. He already has a distinguished record of service to the region as a lecturer, a senior researcher and senior manager in the University of Limerick, and later on as Chief Executive of Shannon Development associated with this region. He is very familiar with the Institute of Technology sector from his time as President of Sligo Institute of Technology, from whence he joined us. I am sure you will join with me in wishing Vincent every success in his new role at LIT. Those of you graduating today are part of the most highly educated generation that Ireland has known. And you are emerging from the education system at a time when employment opportunities in Ireland are thankfully expanding. It is true that not all sections of society and not all parts of the country are feeling the positive effects of the return to growth to the same extent. But it is certainly being felt by those seeking employment in the medium and high-tech sectors, and particularly here in the Midwest region. Those who see their occupational future in the various public services and in cultural and service sectors are also beginning to see an improvement in their fortunes as demand in the economy and as taxation revenue rises. Both the President in his remarks later, and I have something to say to you about the financing of third level education. The fact that we are both doing so is not a failure to coordinate our speeches, but because of the importance of the issue for the achievement of this country's social and economic goals. It was decided by the President and the Chairperson of the governing body, whom I am representing today, to address this important issue in the conferring ceremonies before the publication last month by the Higher Education Authority of its dire assessment of the growing financial crisis within the Institutes of Technology sector. In addition to the joy of the graduations which you will take away with you today, we would also like you to carry with you a keen awareness of and concern for the ability of this and other third level institutions to continue to deliver high quality education to a growing population. The fact is that resource pressure is growing within LIT, and in the 13 other institutes of technology that are struggling to educate even larger numbers of students and to maintain a high quality in everything that we do. And there are minimally increased operational funding available to the institutions and very uncertain availability of capital funding, which in LIT's case is critically important at this phase of the development. Notwithstanding these serious financial pressures, our staff continue to do a superb job in meeting the needs of our students, in helping them getting outstanding results and achieving high levels of post-graduation employment. It is clear that the lack of a clear national strategy for the funding of third level education at both capital and operational levels is now a serious national issue. Uncertainty and stop go is a totally inadequate basis for funding a sector that is so critical to the achievement of the country's strategic, economic and social goals. The expert group on third level funding led by Peter Cassels has done groundbreaking work in analysing the issues and the options for future operational funding policy, and the conclusions of that report require early and priority attention by the government and the HEA. It is, of course, a major challenge for the government to get a workable formula that balances the financing needs of third level education, equitable access to the system for people from all socio-economic backgrounds on the one hand, and the other high priority demands on the public purse on the other. Notwithstanding these financial uncertainties, we are fortunate in LIT that
Hi, you're all looking very somber. I get the fun job because I get to talk to you guys. Well done. Congratulations. We, on behalf of James Collins and all of our colleagues here at Alexia, we're delighted for you guys. We're thrilled that you've reached this achievement. And it's fantastic to see you sitting here on today. Well done. And my few words are short because once I sit down, you become graduates and the party begins. So I'll try not to hold it too long. There's an Irish expression that says, Mola Noiga, agus Chucky Sheet. And literally translated, what it means is that what it's said to mean is that if you praise youth, it will come, it will grow, it will progress. But like anything that is literally translated, I believe in this saying that you miss the sentiment of the sentence if you translate it literally. For me, the key word in the sentence is oiga. And for me, oiga doesn't necessarily mean youth. What it actually means is spirit. Praise the spirit and it will progress. Every single one of you in the 2, 3, 4 years that you've had, 5 years for master's students, to study to get to this day, have shown that spirit. You've shown an unbelievable spirit that has challenged you at times. Not only your own personal not only your own personal challenges, but the challenges of poor results, late deadlines, those essays that you'd never thought that were going to get finished. That hour into the exam when you begin to look around and realise everyone's still writing except you. All of those things have grown that spirit. And our job is to try and cultivate it. We can't give it to you. You have to have it. You have to have it inside you. Our job is the mull part. Mull an oigog is chuckishi. Our job as colleagues, with these fantastic colleagues that I have, is to try and grow that spirit. Try and take that spirit and cultivate it and make it something that gets you to achieve. The good news is that our part in that, for the moment, ends today, for most of you who pass out of here today. But it doesn't stop. That spirit that's inside you, that spirit that got you to achieve this, that spirit that saw you overcome whatever challenges you have, you've got to mull that yourself now. You've got to encourage that yourself. And when times are tough and when jobs are scarce or when there's something going on in your life, that's what you've got to stick to. You've got to stick to the spirit that got you through these difficulties to achieve. And if you do that, you will continue to achieve. And you will continue to add not just to your legacy, but to our legacy here in LIT Tipperary. We want you to progress. We want you to do well. And also, at any time in your future, in your career, as you progress through the pathways, remember, we're always here. We have structures in place, we have job sites, we have other courses, we have further training. We are trying to build a centre of excellence here in everything that we do. Accounting graduates graduating today, maximum exemptions you can reach in Irish education. You guys are equipped to go and work in any sector from here. Sports, strength and conditioning centre, that's students who have come through what is still the #1 facility in the country for sport as we develop this program and this course. We are continuing to deliver excellence, and you guys are excellent. You just need to remember that as you go through this time. We're doing good. Our numbers are growing. Our courses are increasing. We want to get stronger in the Tipperary region. We want to bring more growth to Thurles, to Clonmel, and to everything around the sector. We have new courses. We have new opportunities. Students here today will have participated in Erasmus swaps with not only in Europe but also in Canada We have had college, we have students here from Canada or college who came to us, came through that system. We're going to grow our opportunities. We're going to make this campus better. And we're going to make you guys proud of what you have as an achievement because of what we do. Every year we get one opportunity to kind of look around at our work, because ultimately you guys are the product of what we do. I think this year we did really good. Have a great day and enjoy.
I now call on the President of Limerick Institute of Technology, Professor Vincent Canal, to formally confer the LIT Awards on the graduates.
Our Young Institute, Ronan Nachtani, our Oglamorin Institute, a Tataration Thailand Shin, a Wanchamak. I was Aaron, the Conferring a Oglamorin Shin, in Malahar, when a bar, a Horvert Div, go Farmu. On behalf of the Institute, I hereby confer awards on the learners of the Institute who have achieved the standard for those awards, and I ask that those learners be presented to me so that I may formally present them with their parchment.
It gives me great pleasure to now call on President Professor Vincent Canal to present the parchments, and I request Head of Department James Collins to come forward to announce the graduating students.
President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed a course in the Faculty of Business and Humanities, Department of Sport and Finance, and are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Arts Honours in Accounting and Finance, and I request you to present their parchments to them. Karina Berzadin in absentia. Kathleen Butler. Jennifer Carroll. Nolette Corbett. Roisin O'Brien. Roxana Oles in absentia. Nia Bryan. James Tracy in absentia. Maria Whelan. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed a course in the Faculty of Business and Humanities, Department of Sport and Finance, and are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Science in Sports, Strength and Conditioning, and I request you to present their parchments to them. Declan Bennett in absentia. Darren Boland. Owen Burke. Owen Casey. David Cleary. James Collins. Cian Connery in absentia. Sinead Costello. Noel Cross. Orla Duffy. Kelvin Finnegan in absentia. Oisin Fitzpatrick. Jonathan Foley. Michael Frawley. Johan Hell in absentia. Eamon Hennessy. Colin King in absentia. Jamie Kerwin. Paul McSweeney in absentia. TJ Madden. Brian Mannion. Gerard McWalter. Shane Monaghan. Davy Moore in absentia. Brian Murphy. Mark Murphy in absentia. Ryan Murphy in absentia. Rebecca Myers. Ian O'Brien. Roberto Passarelli in absentia. Shannon Price. Emmett Quinlan. Thomas Ryan, Peter Shaw, Samantha Sheelan, Callum Wallace, all in absentia. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed a course in the Faculty of Business and Humanities, Department of Sport and Finance, and are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Science Honours in Sport Strength and Conditioning. And I request you to present their parchments to them. Robert Bresman. Aidan Butler. Jason Coffey. Michael Cornelli. Arna Daly. Nicholas Desroches in absentia. Brendan Egan. Daniel Fleming. Rory Fleming. Ciara Fogarty. Anthony Hart. James Heaney. Andrew Joyce. Leona Kelly. Rosanna Kilban. John Maher. Catherine Maher. Liam Maher. Christopher McCall. Dennis McCormack. Shane McGrath. David McLean. Anthony McMahon. Dennis Milan. Padraig O'Connor in absentia. Stephen Quirk. Damien Ryan. Jonathan Ryan in absentia. Thomas Ryan. Brendan Shaffick. Stephen Sherry. Colin Skehan. Shane Walsh. Ryan Warwick. Barry Whelan in absentia. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed courses in the Faculty of Business and Humanities, Department of Sport and Finance, and are worthy of the award of Master of Science in Sports Strength and Conditioning, and I request you to present their parchments to them. Ross Corbett. Kieran Donnelly. Thomas Dorney. Neil Dugan in absentia. Thomas French in absentia. Christopher Griffin in absentia. Ronan Hogan. Luke Jordan. Adam Joy. James Loughnane. Lou Shinners.
We come now to the special awards ceremony for outstanding achievement, and I invite the President and the member of governing body to present those awards. Our first award today is the AIB Student of the Year Award, presented by Aoife Harty of AIB. The AIB Student of the Year Award is for the best student on the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Accounting and Finance. And the award goes to Nolette Corbett. We have two special merit awards this year from Sports Physio Suppliers. The first of our Sports Merit Awards, presented by Matt Carr of Sports Physio Suppliers, is for excellence on the Bachelor of Science, honours in sports, strength and conditioning. And this undergraduate award for the Bachelor of Science goes to Liam Maher. The second of the Sports Physio Supplies Awards is for excellence and best dissertation on the Master of Science in Strength and Conditioning. And the award goes to Ross Corbett. Our last award today is the Student of the Year 2016 President's Award. LIT has campuses in Limerick, in Clare and in Tipperary, both here in Thurles and in Clonmel. And every year one student stands out as having this outstanding academic achievement. And this year's recipient of the President's Award is Nolette Corbett. Can we ask you to come back again just to take that photo? We missed it at the beginning. Thank you.
Come on, just stay up here.
Don't sit down.
Is this one? Right.
I now call on the President of Limerick Institute of Technology, Professor Vincent Cannan, to address you.
Okay, stay with me for another few minutes. So, Carja, the Ahas of Dolan Arm in Shahadu, agus my wife Loma Kate Vila Fodja, a quarter of Belair. Friends, you're very welcome here to LIT Thurles on the 9th of 9 graduation ceremonies. So this is it, this is the last one. So it's the first one for you, it's the 9th one for me. But we're delighted to be here. And I'd like again to congratulate our graduates, the main attraction here today, to recognise you and to thank you very much for being here today. So we all know that today is a very special day for you. It's also a special day for your families. But it's also a very special day for LIT itself. These are the days that make us tick. When we can recognise our own for the commitment, the ability and the perseverance you have shown in achieving your qualifications. And this is my first set of graduation as president of LIT, as has been said already. So it's a very special time for me as well. And it's also great to be here. It's the first time I get to graduate people in an All-Ireland winning county as well. So I was president of IT Sligo recently, so I'm not sure if I'd waited there several more years we would have gone to an All-Ireland final. But so regardless though where you've come from, I wish you heartiest congratulations as well to the parents, the guardians, the spouses and families of all the graduates. And I'm sure there were times when you thought this day would never arrive. But it has arrived, and congratulations to you as well. But just because the families are so important to you, the graduates, I'd ask you now that the graduates would stand up, turn to your families, and give those families, your families, a well-deserved round of applause. Very good. Now speaking of family, today we had the honour here in LIT Thurles of graduating a father and son. Matthew Joy graduated this morning with an honours degree in Environmental and Natural Resource Management, and his son Adam graduated this afternoon. So congratulations to Adam this afternoon. He also did his undergraduate degree as well with us, so congratulations to Adam with his Masters in Sports Science. But there's also another something we should mark, because the very last recipient of a degree here at this round of conferrings, and the 1,700 persons to be awarded a degree at these graduation ceremonies, is Blue Shinners. And he graduated obviously this afternoon. But his son graduated last week in LIT, and also a Master of Science in Moynish. So congratulations to the Shinners family. And I'd also like to thank and congratulate Noelle Corbett, mainly because she was an incredible student, but also because she was totally taken by surprise when she got the Student of the Year, which is a great achievement to have, and well done, congratulations. I think it says something about LIT and the wider IoT sector, like when you can have multiple generations of families graduating from the same institution. And we're delighted that it's a pretty great college that can allow that to happen, and that has happened. So just turning now to the graduates, just to let you know, of course, you realise you've received your education from an institution whose roots go back to the foundation of the Limerick Athenaeum in 1856. And this is the line to which LIT belongs. And this is the tradition that LIT Thurles carries on today. In this tradition, education is about a fusion of the theoretical and the practical. And that is the tradition that you carry forward from today. Well, one of the really important moments in the history of that tradition was the merger of LIT and the Tipperary Institute. And I would like to thank everybody who was involved in those mergers, in that merger. But tradition is not about mergers, it's about the people who made that possible, and the people who are graduating here today who are the beneficiaries of that. So I'd like to thank everybody who was involved in the merger. What that has allowed to happen is It's enabled us to bring that tradition, that long history from 1856 tradition of education that was born in Limerick to over the century and a half ago, now to Thurles and Clonmel. Through you and in your lectures, the benefit of that educational tradition is being extended to new people and new communities. And this is the ultimate benefit of having a regional reach in an institute like LIT. It brings higher education out of the major cities and into those regional and local communities. And you graduates today, you join a long line who have gone before you, have taken their place in society, and they have helped to mould that society. So this is part of the proud legacy that you can take with you now. And this is something that you can take great pride in. And I hope you share that pride with your families and your communities too. I also know that the staff here are very proud of you, as indeed I am very proud of you. And I'm particularly proud to be president of LIT Thurles. But I'd like, on behalf of all the graduates, to thank all the staff here at LIT Thurles and the wider LIT community who have helped you along the way. So I offer sincere thanks to you all. You, the graduates, have received your education at an institution that puts its students at the very heart of everything you do, that we do. You graduate today knowing that you have a very good education, knowing you have a recognised and respected qualification from an institution with deep roots and an international reputation. Your qualification is recognised internationally. It is recognised by employers worldwide. You now have the pathway to a highly successful career. And we in LIT develop our programs with industry, with communities, with state agencies and others. And you will benefit from this, as will your families and your communities. Indeed, the economy and the state will be changed by you. You're emerging in an economy that has improved immensely since the time you entered LIT. And of course, that's good news for you. About 9 out of 10 people graduating from LIT last year either went directly into employment or went into further education. I certainly hope that that figure can be even improved for the class of 2016. Many of our graduates go on to postgraduate study here, and we've seen a number of masters here today. In fact, we have over 100 people doing research postgrads at the moment in a large number of areas. But not only that, we're currently supporting 99 entrepreneurs in their businesses. At each of our educational campuses, we also have co-located an enterprise centre. The enterprise centre on this campus is going extremely well and is run in cooperation with Thurles Chamber of Commerce. Our newest enterprise centre is Questham, down the road in Clonmel, which was officially opened by Minister Pat Breen only 3 weeks ago. So the economic backdrop to your graduation is one of increasing job creation. In the Midwest region, over 7,000 jobs have been created in the last 3 years. That has not been spread as regionally as we would like, but it is a huge opportunity. In the last 4 weeks alone, over 750 jobs have been announced for this region. 40 of those jobs were from an indigenous company called Red Pear, which is driven by Brian and Mike McInerney and Barry Yelverton. And all 3 of those graduates are LIT graduates. I don't want to put any pressure on the graduates today, but 40 jobs from everybody here today would really, really make a big impact on the region. So each of those job announcements, of course, ensures future job growth. It means that the prospects awaiting you at graduation are better than those that have awaited many of the classes that went before you. And the region, the wider region, has entered into a virtuous cycle, where investors come here to capitalise on the assets the region has, and chief among them being the supply of highly qualified graduates like yourself. And these recent foreign direct investment announcements highlighted this factor as the main determinant in their decision to come to Ireland and this region. Not tax, that may be challenged over the next few years, but the main determinant being the availability of skilled talent. And the more these companies invest, the more economic activity increases and the more jobs are created. And your careers will help give rise to further employment. But it's not all rosy. Thank you. As all of this economic activity continues, it will eventually falter unless the funding crisis at the heart of Irish education, higher education, is resolved. And yes, to be clear, I'm saying that there's a major funding crisis in the very sector that investors look at when deciding where to invest. The Technological Higher Education Association, which is the umbrella body for all institutes of technology, has identified the need for over 130 million to be put into the institutes of technology in order to keep the sector effective. It also recommends a string of other actions that need to happen. But just to put some start numbers before you affecting the IoT sector. So between 2008 and 2015, the state grant fell by 35%. Student numbers grew by 30%. Core staffing levels fell by 12%. The academic student-staff ratio increased significantly, and capital investment collapsed. So there's a double squeeze on higher education at the moment. Larger numbers of young people than ever before in the history of the state are looking to come into higher education. There are simply more of those people in the country, and we know this. They've been born already. More employment is then being created, and more of these jobs require higher education. In the end, what this means is that more people have more demands on Irish higher education. And we need to gear up for this. We need investment. But it is an investment, and it's one that will pay off in spades in years to come. Simon has referred to 2 reports, and they have highlighted the critical situation affecting higher education. The Castells report on the future funding of third level in Ireland, and a new report which was launched 2 weeks ago on the financial position of the IoT sector 3 weeks ago. And it must be said that stark reality is at the heart of both those reports. They clearly demonstrate the underfunding of higher education in Ireland and points to a set of actions which must be undertaken to address the situation. And the inescapable conclusion is that the prompt implementation of these actions is absolutely critical if the higher education sector is to continue to deliver the skilled graduates necessary to sustain the growth in jobs that we have recently seen. And third level education is a right, it's not a privilege. The new economy demands these highly skilled workers. And we as a nation, as a society, cannot afford to leave anybody behind. If someone gets a third level education, whether that's level 6, level 7, up to level 8 and beyond, it brings huge benefits to society. It is transformative for certain cohorts of society. But the point is that it is society that is the big winner with third level rather than just the individual. And as for the Castells report on how we will fund students at third level, there's only one point for me. And I made this point at the Oireachtas Committee on Education and Skills last week. The outcomes must ensure increased access to third level education and not lead to a decrease in access. This is what we all need, and it makes particular sense in a location like Thurles. The reality is that the merger of LIT and Tipperary Institute has enabled a major growth in student numbers. There are almost 1,000 students now, LIT students, now studying between Thurles and our Clonmel campuses. That increase represents an increasing benefit to more individuals, their families, their communities, as well as society as a whole. As Donegal said, there is now a major diversity in the programmes available here in Tipperary. We launched new courses this year in early childhood care and education and marketing and management. Next year we will be offering Business with Sports Management, which reflects the success of the capital investment here we made in Sports Lab, giving students access to the latest equipment and technology. Of course, that Sports Lab is also a valuable community resource, being used by county development squads and senior inter-county teams, and yes, those All-Ireland champions from Tipperary. So that community role is an integral part of our tradition. So the point is that LIT Tipperary demonstrates the value of a regional location in increasing access to higher education. But overall, what I'm saying is that we must back ourselves. We must back our young people. If we do, it will be to the benefit of Irish society. And LIT Tipperary shows what can happen when this country invests in its own people and its own future. And personally, I can't think of a better way in which to sustain a good economy and social cohesion. LIT will work with government, it will work with the Higher Education Authority and other stakeholders to achieve more access and higher standards in higher education. For our part in LIT, we're focused on implementing actions and specific projects that will produce skilled graduates and lead to job creation. So we believe that we have turned a corner in this region, but we simply must act now if we're going to keep on that course. We have an ambitious Campus 2030 capital development plan underpinning our key projects in Limerick and Tipperary. And through the tough times, we invested our own resources sensibly in targeted areas such as in sports strength and conditioning, and they are providing the optimum benefit to the economy and the optimum job prospects to our graduates. So we've seen the benefit of it. But to be fair, the diagnosis of the issues that are facing higher education in Ireland is now done. And we must move without delay to implement the remedies. It is absolutely important that the actions set out in the HE's report and the financial position of the IT sector are implemented without further delay. And this includes new capital provisions and a new stability fund. Actions are carried out, then LIT will be able to greatly strengthen its role of a generator of wider economic and regional activity that will benefit students, their families, communities, Tipperary and Limerick as a whole, and Ireland, sorry. I'm losing it now. I'm going to stop the politicking for now. Because today really is not about what I'm saying about the future of higher education. It's about the people who have come through that higher education and are coming out the far side, the graduates sitting here before me. We're delighted for you, and we're delighted, hopefully you'll celebrate this great achievement. You've done it. You've made it through, and we in LIT wish you all the very best in the years ahead. Please remember us fondly and stay in touch through our Alumni Association. I hope you've had the time of your lives to remain in my out to learn.
Thank you, President. Before we end, I'd just like to thank Archbishop Kieran O'Reilly for being with us this afternoon. Much appreciated, Archbishop. Thank you. We'd like to thank you all for the manner in which you participated in this conferring ceremony. And maybe just a couple of reminders. The official photographers are located in room 168 outside if you're looking for the official photographers afterwards. Perhaps more importantly, both the graduates and their guests are invited to join us for some light refreshments afterwards outside. I now declare this conferring ceremony closed. Please stand for the academic procession. Thank you.
Oh, for the company?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm announcement.
You're okay?
I'm not, yeah.
How are you?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Sexual.
Sexually,
no,
purchase order again, goes again.
Okay.
Because they just got rid of everything in December.
I'll shoot back off an email. Is that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, where are you now?
I'm Dublin.
How are you? I know. Are you getting on in Thurles?
Good, thank you, yeah.
Yeah. I think lads are setting up some food.
They go to work for the man.
Work for man. Yeah. I know, I'll keep in touch.